What's going on, Titans 2? I'm Justin. This is Caleb. We are back for another little episode, little video, little podcast. I don't know what this is, but we're going to conversate about the Tennessee Titans. We have just played a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Saturday. I know we're a few days late on that recap, but, it's preseason, so we can afford to be to slack a little bit. Is that fair?
That's totally fair, man. Totally fair.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just keep rolling with it then. We're just going to go over some points about that game and also some updates that came about in the Titans world that occurred. And I guess we should start out with the update. Is that all right?
Let's start out.
You ready
with
for this?
A shout out
for
to
this update?
A shout out to Hang TN for the dope shirt.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. It's the newest one. Justin's wearing the old Mariota shirt, which I believe is still for sale, or has it been discontinued? It's still
as good as ever. It's the best.
This is the pocket tee with the pineapple 8 on the back. It's just solid. That. And I also have this new decor to my desk. It's a wooden pineapple in honor of the GOAT himself, Mariota.
It kind of looks like SpongeBob's house too. So
it does. So I'm all about the pineapples right now and how that represents our team.
Very good. I like it.
Thank you.
Pineapples.
Thank you. Pineapples. Hawaiian.
Perfect. Shout out Hang 10. Go check out their shirts. Obviously, they're the best Titans shirts you could find. So now moving on. Let's get into some of these updates, Caleb.
Okay.
Hello. Surprise news that no one saw coming. Rishard Matthews, who is secretly injured because we don't know what's wrong with him. He has not been participating in training camp at all. But that's apparently the right thing to do in J-Rob's eyes, because he just earned a 1-year extension on this team, and it's kind of a weird situation. I don't really understand it, Caleb. I don't see how Matthews is the winner in this situation, because we give him a $7.25 million contract, salary, whatever, for the 2019 season, and there's no money guaranteed. So if we want to cut him, if he happens to get hurt or if he just doesn't play that well at all for us this year, then we can cut him and we don't owe him anything. So Matthews negotiated this deal himself also, by the way, which is an interesting note. He didn't have an agent with him, so I don't know. What do you take from that? I guess this is Matthews saying that he wants to stay in Tennessee. Because if he balls out, if he puts up like 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, then all he's getting is $7.25 million with us, whereas if he were a free agent, he could probably be earning a lot more money than that. Great contract on the team side of things. But what do you say? What do you say, Caleb, about this new contract, this new extension?
I'm a little baffled by it, too, like you said. It doesn't seem to play in Matthews' hands at all in terms of, security in the NFL, which, players get hurt all the time, so... it's kind of shocking. I feel like he's just putting a lot of pressure on himself to really go out there and perform these next 2 years with the possibility of nothing super good happening to him or not getting paid for it. Really. But I guess I'm looking at it from a team perspective. Overall, I think it's good for the team, solidify our veteran receiver who has proven himself his first few years with the Titans. So, keep him around for another few years, let our younger receivers come up to par. By that time, he will be close to 30, so he's starting to hit that threshold of where some receivers kind of, hit that wall. So maybe he's looking ahead to that. I know he's got kids, maybe he's looking at early retirement or something. Maybe he's got other plans. But
it probably is like a non-football related reason. Maybe he does like living in Nashville. It's the best fit for his family. So he wants to have that security to know that he is going to be here for through the 2019 season. But I'm glad. I want to keep Matthews here. He's a great receiver for us. He helped turn this franchise around, and there's been games where he's the only reliable receiving option out there, wide receiver at least, because we also have the ultra reliable Delaney Walker. I think having him on the roster, he greatly improves this wide receiver core, just having him part of it. So good to see that, and hopefully he can get back on the field. When's he going to start playing for us? What's wrong with him? It's a new offense, a new scheme, and it would seem like he needs to be out there and getting that chemistry down with Mariota in this new offense. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's recovering and he's ready to go week 1.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, but I like it. I like it. I'm glad we got that extension. Unexpected, but it's good. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. Thank you, Rishard Matthews,
good job, J-Rob.
For staying with the team.
All right, and also now moving on to other odd injury news because we don't know what's hampering this player. But Rashaan Evans, thank the Lord, there has been a sighting. He's back on the practice field. He's been limited a little bit this week, but that's better than nothing. So hopefully he can get in one of these preseason games before the season starts because he's going to be a crucial piece to this defense and the inside linebacker position. So any experience that he can get in before week 1 is great. So it's good to see him back. And also Dane Cruikshank, another draft pick from this past draft, who we thought might be missing more time than what he is, evidently, because he's already gearing up to get ready to practice again. Looked more severe when he went down against Green Bay, but we're going to get him back, so that's good for the safety depth, something that we were afraid of.
Yeah, I thought when I saw his injury that it was going to be a lot worse than it was, which I never heard a full diagnosis. I guess some kind of sprain.
We don't get that with Vrabel.
Yeah, we don't. But I mean, I thought when I saw it was going to be a broken collarbone or something, and he was going to have to at least be put on IR. But I mean, it's good to have back. Yeah. It's good to have him back, get some depth at that position since we've already lost Cyprian. So that's kind of a wave of relief that he's back and ready to practice again. Now, if we could just get Rishard Matthews and Rashaan Evans back on the field. I will say this, I've been starting to play Madden 19 a little bit, and I have been leaning towards playing as Evans on defense time and time again, and he is a wrecking ball. He is very good.
He's pretty good.
Next to Wesley Woodyard. It's going to be a pretty dynamic duo right there. Just
they are a good
mashing up that hole.
What's his rating? Is it like an 80 or something?
No, I think it's pretty bad. I think it's like a 77, 78 maybe. But come on. I'm getting that up really quick.
He's a rookie.
But it's okay because Harold Landry...
They're terrible with their ratings.
Harold Landry has been playing extremely well the first 2 games of the preseason. What did you say, Justin?
Are you talking about in Madden or in real life? Well, you said preseason.
I'm talking about real life now.
Okay. I just kind of want to talk about your Madden franchise mode now, so we're going to do that. No. Let's talk about real life Harold Landry, because Pro Football Focus, PFF, is the biggest Landry fan out there right now. He has the highest rated grade for a rookie, or maybe just defensive rookie, so far this year. It was like an 89.9, so he's doing some good things out there. He did get that first sack against Green Bay, which was awesome. I guess he wasn't as noticeable for me anyway in the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he's playing well out there. He's doing the right things, and he's earning this high grade from PFF. So that's awesome for Honor Landry.
It's good to have a really good defensive rookie, stepping up to the plate so far early in the year. Yeah. I can't wait to see that continue. And when we get Evans back, man, that's going to be adding to that's just strong linebacking core of you got the veterans Morgan and Arakpo alongside the youngsters Evans and Landry. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so good. We're going to get so many sacks this year. What do you think the Titans' defensive prospects are in fantasy? Do you think they could be a top 10, top 12 defense in fantasy this year?
I would go. I mean, I think safely top 12. I would draft them. Yep. I would draft the Titans' defense as a D in this league. I think
I would agree. Yeah. We've got some ball, especially after the year that Kevin Byard had and getting 8 interceptions. We've got some ball hawkers in the defensive backfield and some sackers out there. Jarrell Casey, Arakpo, Morgan, Landry. So it could be a high-scoring fantasy defense. So side note, pick up the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention get some. I feel like this is the year Adoree Jackson is going to break a few punts for a TD or a kickoff return. That's only adding to your defensive special teams points there. So take that into consideration if you're drafting your fantasy. However, if you're in our fantasy league, just don't draft anybody good. Just draft all the bad people.
Yeah. Don't take that advice. Why are we getting
I'm sorry. Don't listen to that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Which, by the way, if you have joined, thank you. If you're watching this video, thank you for joining. Excited to get that going and own all of you guys, including you, Caleb.
Man, we'll see about that.
I'm pretty sure you finished last place last year.
I did finish last place last year. Amy got second, and Amy is in the league again. So
Amy did the best.
Have to watch out for her.
That shows you, how how good we are.
But yes, for those of you who joined in, thank you for playing. It's going to be a great fantasy year. For those of you who want to play, you'll have to wait again until next year, but we'll do it again. For show, the most exclusive fantasy football league out there, the Titans 2.
Everyone's just
fantasy football
dying
league.
to get in this league. Yeah. We had to say no to J-Rob. He wanted to get in. We were like, no, J-Rob, it's already full. You're too late.
He was like, I'll give you guys $10,000. I'm like, not good enough, man.
No, he doesn't understand what kind of league this is. Anyway, we're all over the place here. We're everywhere. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to this Bucs game, Caleb. The offense. Marcus Mariota once again leads the offense to a touchdown, giving him 2 touchdown passes in 3 total possessions so far this preseason. And side note, I looked this up. He currently has a 142 passer rating after 2 games, which is 3rd best in the NFL right now. So if there was a preseason Pro Bowl, he would definitely be going and probably starting for the preseason Pro Bowl for the AFC. So good start. Good start for this offense. It's great. Taywan Taylor, blazing fast speed. And it's finally refreshing to see these receivers used right, such as Taywan Taylor used on screen plays.
Yes.
I think this offense is going to help possibly Taywan Taylor to have that potential breakout year, because I think he fits that mold really well for what LaFleur wants to do. So yeah, and he balled out yesterday. 2 touchdown catches, and yesterday he balled out last game. 2 touchdown catches, 95 yards. So he's feeling his rhythm. I'm excited about Taylor.
4 for 4 on catches too. Didn't drop one. Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm really glad to see that us utilizing our receivers' strengths and playing into their strengths. I hated seeing us throw screen passes to Eric Decker last year. Sorry, man. Sorry, Eric Decker.
With like Harry Douglas blocking for him.
Oh man. What? So yeah, it was really good to see, because we knew Taywan Taylor has that speed and ability. So it was nice that the rest of the league and even LeBron James finally noticed what we've known all along. We just had to use him correctly. Awesome. And so finally, it's good to see glimpses of that in the offense. And yeah, first team offense looking very good. Very good, I would say, so far through the preseason.
You think we won over LeBron? You think he's a Titans fan now?
I don't think he really cares about the Titans, just because he just said speed kills. I thought people were looking way into his comment and taking it way out of context, saying he's now a Titans fan and blah, blah, blah.
I mean, yeah, I'm expecting to see him at the next Titans home game, but
he better be there.
But, you know.
Or else. We can get him on Titans too.
But yeah. He's dying to be on. But yeah, I mean, it was another game that got away from us in the second half when we pulled our starters. Jameis Winston and Deshaun Jackson killed us on some plays. But again, that wasn't against our starting defense. Our starting defense didn't give up a touchdown. They gave up at least 1 field goal. I don't know if they came in for a second series, and if they did, then they gave up that second field goal. But we've left both games with our starters in with the lead in both of these preseason games. So it doesn't concern me that much. But looking at the stats, the Bucs quarterbacks passed for 365 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. So our depth in our secondary is like past LaShawn Sims is not that good. Is that something that concerns you at all? Seeing these backups get roasted?
No, not at the moment. They have been getting roasted because we also gave up every single one of the Packers quarterbacks in Week 1 had over 100 yards passing. So that was another 300-yard games we gave up. So yeah, they have been torching our second string and third string secondary, but I'm not too worried about it, man. I'm got some faith in the NCB. Is that it? My man catch no balls. I think once the season gets here, they'll really step up their game, and once we get our whole front 7 back with Rashaan Evans and everyone playing, up to full speed, that'll really put pressure on the opposing team's quarterbacks. So that'll help them out too. Dare I say?
Yeah, agreed. So there's no reason to freak out. No reason to freak out that we've lost by 2 touchdowns now in both preseason games.
I want to see us go 0-4 in the preseason. I don't care. Don't get our heads all, big and bloated with egos, thinking we're the best. Happened to the Browns a few years ago. Happened to the Lions. Yeah. What happened to those teams?
I know, that's a bad sign.
So
bad sign.
I'm not worried about us losing right now, especially with how our first team.
You do not.
Especially our first team offense has been playing. So.
You do not want to win preseason games. That's a bad sign if you're winning those. What do you think about Blaine Gabbert coming in, throwing a touchdown pass, putting up 100 yards? You feel good about him as our backup right now, in case, God forbid, something happened to Mariota?
I harped on this in the video after the first preseason game, where I said I didn't have faith in Blaine Gabbert after seeing his pretty poor performance against Green Bay. This restored a little bit of my hope. Kind of got back to like, oh yeah, that's the Blaine Gabbert I thought we were going to get as a backup. And you know, even out of seeing Blaine Gabbert in action for 2 preseason games, I can already tell you he's a better option than Matt Castle ever was. So, yes, I'm happy that we have Gabbert. Is there possibly a better option out there for us? No, I don't think we're going to pursue anyone else unless both Mariota and Gabbert go down. I think that's who we're rolling with. And I would feel confident with Gabbert if he had to step in and start a few games over the course of the year, just based on who he is. So,
Yeah. I wouldn't feel comfortable if we had to play like a really good team and then we had to start Gabbert. But, I mean, if we had to play, like Miami from last year when Castle started, if we had to play a lower-tier team and had to play Gabbert, then I would feel pretty good about getting a win in that situation.
Was so bad in that Miami game. That was the worst game.
Sorry to remind you of that. That was painful to watch.
Cutler.
We watched that with old Luke Worsham of A to Z Sports in Franklin, and it was just not a good time. It was not a good time, Luke. Sorry.
He wasn't with A to Z Sports at the time. We kind of launched his career after he appeared on Titans Tube.
Yes, we did.
And still, to this day, I have not heard a thank you from him. Bro, Luke, if you're watching this,
he's not grateful.
I mean, we got you to where you are, and we're not getting any kind of
remember your
monetary
roots,
compensation or something. Yeah, come on.
Like 50% of your salary, whatever. I mean, that's just an idea, but throwing it out there. I do want to talk about one player because of one play he made, and I was happy to see it, and that's all I've wanted to see through the preseason, and he can be done after this, as far as I'm concerned, until the regular season. But Dion Lewis, when he caught that pass from Mariota and put on 2 kind of moves and just juked 2 guys out back-to-back and then just took off towards the sideline, got the first down. Didn't like the fumble when that got punched out, but it's done. I mean, they had to get one fumble out of the way so that he doesn't do it in the regular season. Now he knows, take care of the ball. He won't do it anymore. But luckily we held on to possession on the drive. But, man, he looked good. I hope we have a lot of plays that gets him space in the open field so he can make guys look stupid out there because that was awesome. I'm excited about Dion Lewis.
He's been another player on Madden so far that has been incredible. I was not really expecting that, but he's a player with a skill set the Titans haven't had in a long time. I mean, maybe the only guy I could think of would be like Chris Johnson-esque. He doesn't have that kind of speed, but he has that kind of shiftiness and elusiveness to get away from defenders.
I mean, even Chris Johnson, I mean, I would say he's definitely, I mean, that might be the closest comparison, but I mean, he catches the ball way better than Chris Johnson ever did. But I think this is one of the most unique running backs we probably ever had.
I think he catches it better. I think he's actually overall like shiftier than Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson just had that blow-away speed, that get away from the cop speed, and he could basically run that at any angle. He never lost a step, even if he had to cut. So I think Lewis is a little more shiftier, a little shake and bake, kind of like Shady McCoy almost. But so I am really excited to see how he's going to fit into this LaFleur, Marcus Mariota-led offense. I'm right there with you, bro. Yeah,
bro. Dion Lewis all the way. Another fantasy option, perhaps. Especially in those PPR leagues, points per reception. What's up? The train's here. The train's coming, dude. I can hear the train. You going to catch your ride?
And I live right by some train tracks, so that's cool. Hear the train a lot.
That's fun at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Every time I hear the horn, I want to just run out and go lay in the tracks and be like, see, suck it, your horn didn't work. But
that's depressing.
Yeah, sorry. It got really dark there.
You're gonna, you're not happy with your life.
Moderately, we really.
It's okay. Wait, just wait until Titans
win the Super Bowl either this year or the next, or else.
We will. We will win it both years. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I think that's about it. I think we're starting I think we're starting to get into the rambling portion of the segment, which is honestly my favorite portion of any of our videos.
Just because we're talking about train tracks and you laying down on the train tracks, that's rambling?
I mean, it just depends on who the listener is. I would say probably a majority would probably agree that we are rambling.
I'm pretty sure most people have turned us off by now. That's just me. Not me, though. I'm gonna watch this part a few times.
And if you're still watching, we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching us talk. Okay, but we should wrap this up now.
Okay, so I don't know. Next preseason game coming up against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the afternoon. Is there anything in particular you want to see? Anything from a particular player? Any bubble players that you're excited to see?
No, I just want to see, continuation of what we've been seeing in the preseason so far. Don't really care if we win in the end, but want to start strong. I've liked how we started games strong because I thought that's always been a weak point of the team the last few seasons is we get behind early or we have one good drive and completely stall. So I would just like to see that trend continue because I think that's something that you can build momentum in the preseason that can carry into the regular season then. Your first team offense coming out of the gates looking hot.
Because our slow our slow starts in the preseason last year definitely carried over into the regular season throughout the rest of the year. So hopefully we can start out hot. And I think, traditionally the third preseason game is the game that the starters play the most. So I don't know. I don't think they've said if they're going to play for a whole half or a quarter or a number of series. But we'll probably see the offense more in this game than in any other preseason game until the regular season. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. So, looking forward to seeing the offense again light it up. And hopefully the defense too.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I think that we'll just wrap it up. As check out all of our stuff on the other websites that aren't this one. Not YouTube. Go look us up on Twitter and Instagram and Twitter. And check out our Patreon account so we can get more.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Buy more Hang TN shirts. Got it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just buying Hang TN shirts.
I gotta catch them all.
That's all we're doing.
We can go Hang TN.